Raise your hand, anyone out there who needs help raising your hand. See what I did there. Let Me Drown for Soundgarden, by Soundgarden, for Jason Mansour, latest supporter of the cause. Jason, thank you so much. If you want to know what that means, go to my website, myname.com, support the causes. I'm going to put the causes there because they're so ridiculous. You're going to be like, I gotta send this guy a quarter. Anyways, if everyone sent me a quarter, I'd be fabulously well. That'd be ridiculous. No one should. Anyways, here we go. This one's great. Put your bad self in drop D. That means our E string is now a low D string. And here's our intro. 3, 4, 5, open, bend 3, open, bend 3, bend 3 again, open. I think I got the amounts of threes and opens there right. Let's see. Oh, 2 opens at the end and 1 more 3 open in the middle there. Got it? Here, I'll do it slow. 3, 4, 5, open 3, open 3, open 3, 3, open, open. Awesome. More to speed. Last time, of course, before the verse, you do your open, open, and then you do 1 more open, so it'll be... Also, notice how I sort of sloppily got the drop D power chord, which is, regular power chords are like this, but since we're in drop D, this string is 2 frets lower D instead of E than it is normally, so to do a power chord we have to do both on the same fret. So if you sort of sloppily get the power chord, it's not the end of the world. It's kind of cool too. I was especially getting it on that bend. Awesome. I'm gonna break so I don't have to redo this whole thing. This is a little complicated, a little confusing. Be right back. All right, next part. So what we're gonna do is we want sort of power chords, but the way the riff is lends itself to doing your power chord like you do your root 5 bar chord, right? So 5, 7, 7 with just your ring finger, and we don't want to hear that this song's in D minor, not D major, so we don't want to hear this B string 7th fret. Careful not to press it down with your ring finger. Better yet, mute it with your ring finger, and we're gonna go now, like that. And I saw in the live version Chris Cornell doing it as a bend, and it sounds like on the record he's doing it, well, here it is. Here's the live version. But on the record, it sounds like the first 2 are, instead of a bend, chromatically, meaning not skipping any notes on the way up, from 5 to 7, so that would be like this. And notice that last one isn't a bend, it's more like a wiggle. So here's really slow. This is what took the meat of all this, so this rhythm might throw you off a little bit. Here it is slow. I'm going to do the bend. I found that easier a couple of times, and then I'm going to throw in the chromatic up going. One more time. Now the chromatic up going. And then we go, we're in drop D, so these power chords switching really fast is really convenient. We're gonna go 3, 5, up to, that's Black Hole Sun, up to our C power chord. This was our D power chord. Now, even though I'm doing it this way, you could do it this way. But see, notice how, because you're kind of doing that with your ring finger anyways, it's convenient to do that with your ring finger instead of those 2 fingers. But yeah, we're not playing the B string in any of these things that look like this. 3, 5, 5, C, 3, 5, C. And here's that whole riff. You hear that B string? I played it. I told you not to. I did it. Shame. Finally, there we go. All right, great. And then we're into, I guess this would be called the chorus, which is going to be 10 and 12 with our drop D power chord situation. 10, 12, 12, 12, 12, 10, 7, and then you're going to slide all the way up to 15. What I like to do is kind of, during the slide, do a switcheroo with my pointer and my ring finger, so it'll be, because that makes it easier to go 12, 10, which is the end of the riff. So real slow. Faster. I guess the only thing to note there is the 10 to 12, the very first one, is a hammer-on. And then, of course, the really cool, creepy, bendy thing at the end is... This will make you feel cool. Used to be E string, now D string, 5th fret, and then A string, 2nd fret. So play that note real quick. That's a G note, as it were. Used to be an A, now it's a G, because we're in drop D. So 5, 2, and bend that one. Then, as power chords. 5, 3. Awesome. Break. Yeah, whoops, that time, or maybe every time it's just this many times. Once, twice, 5, 3. Break. All right, let's call this the bridge after the second chorus. This is really cool. It's the same riff as the chorus, which was... Right, but we're going to do it down here one string style, and it's going to be the A string 3rd fret, and it's going to be 3, 5, 5, 5, 5, 3, open. Our low 3rd fret power chord, that's an F, and then you're going to go on the now D string, the low one, 3, 5, and then the A3, and then now D5. So 3, 5, A3, 5 on the low string. Next, the big ringy outy note that sort of lingers as the bass is doing its thing, mostly by itself, is this power chord. So you'll be all... Or these harmonics, that's the 12th fret of the D and the G string, or your sort of power chord, root 5e thing going on up here. 10, 12, 12, maybe 12. That note sounds too happy for me. But yeah, okay, next part, here we come. I preemptively called the other part the bridge. We should call this part the bridge, so this is bridge 2. And we're going to do it in 2 octaves. When I watched the live version, I think it was Lollapalooza, like 11 or something. Chris Cornell did it here. A string 1st fret, and D open. Both those strings open. Then low D3, open A, and then low D1, open A. So 1 open, A D. It's not. It sounds like a year. Open, open. 3 open D A. 1 open D A, or all the way up to the 8th fret on the D string. I think both of these octaves might be going on at the same time on the record. We got 8-7 D G, 7-7 D G, followed by 8-7 A D. That actually is a year, and then 6-7 A D. All right, next part. Don't move. The solo is in D minor pentatonic, so do your thing. We're not going to involve the D string because that ruins our whole shape. But starting on the A string, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 13, 10, 13, and Kim Thayil is not shy to go up really high, so let's add the 15th notes and bend them on the E and the B strings. Yeah, so there's that, but the rhythm guitar is going, that's our F power chord, it's the 3rd fret. It used to be G, but now it's F because we're tuned into drop D, and we're gonna go slide up in dramatic fashion, and then play harmonics on D, G, and B. Nope, just D and G. Let's get rid of that super happy stuff. 12, 15, 17, 19th frets. Cool, don't move. The last verse is nice and easy for our left hand because you're just going to mute the strings and go roughly the same rhythm as last thing to mention for Let Me Drown by Soundgarden, for you, Jason, and for you, is the creepy bendy part. The very last time is, there's where I got 3 in my head, and then open A, and then D3, hammer onto 5, one more pluck, and then land on our F power chord. I missed. Back into the chorus, and then the song's over, and we did it. What an accomplishment. Let Me Drown, tricky one, fast, start slow, for the love of God, use a metronome, work up to it. This one's a brain scrambler. So Jason, thank you again for your support, and everybody else, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.